Hello to everyone, I am Indurok, and today I am going to talk about Mario games. The reason I want to talk about Mario games, the reason I'm doing this video now is because of watching live stream clips on YouTube where the people who are editing those videos have added Yoshi's Island music to the background of those clips. And considering Yoshi's Island is my favorite Mario game, I figured maybe I should talk about these games, talk about my history with Mario. Now, I grew up only really having 3 Mario games in total. Super Mario World, Mario Kart 64, and All-Stars, that's it, for the Super Nintendo. So, I can technically say that I did play the first 3 Mario games, but just not on the NES. I don't remember if I actually ever beat any of those games, like the first 3 Mario games on the All-Stars game, but I'm not sure. I feel like, if anything, I have beaten the 3rd game. I have beaten Super Mario Bros. 3, but I'm not entirely sure. But, I did enjoy playing those games, you know. As difficult as, old school games like that were, I did enjoy playing them. And that's kind of where I know some of them. That's kind of how I know of a lot of, the Mario music, because, there were times in my videos where I used to hum that do 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 do. That's from Mario 3, I think, right? I was gonna say overworld music, but is that what it is? Because it's the map, where you're on the map and you're selecting a level to go to and stuff like that. That music, I think. But while I did enjoy those games, I don't think I beat any of them. I think I played Mario 2 more than the other ones, I think. Because of just how widely different it was compared to the other games. Now, let's talk about Super Mario World. That's the one that I grew up with the most, that I played the most, I think. And I've beaten it a few times as well. But I think the music kind of just, I don't know, because the music kind of repeats the same song, you know, the it uses the same tune in every level. Even if it's just do 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 do, in every level. But that's kind of what I liked about Yoshi's Island, is just how different, how unique the music was in the different levels and stuff. So yeah, with Super Mario World, the more I played the game, I did start to kind of get a little bored of it towards the end. Luckily, not bored enough to stop, before beating Bowser, but definitely bored enough to not bother with like getting all the levels in the Star World. Like I would only beat the levels that would lead me to like the closest star that would that would lead me to the closest star to Bowser's castle. So yeah, like, but like I haven't played that in a long time. Wait, no, the last time I played it was on my uncle's SNES Classic a couple of years ago. But like before that, like I hadn't played it in forever, and like I was a kid when I was like getting bored of that game, and like being a kid, like whenever I would play games, I would just keep doing like what the fuck ever, you know, just fucking around in the game, not always taking it seriously. But some games I just got like bored of, you know. But yeah, like I said, like Super Mario World didn't get me so bored that I couldn't beat the game. But I couldn't like play through like all the levels, because that would have just made the boredom much worse. But I do like that game, but it's just not my favorite. It used to be when I was a kid, and that was like one of the only Mario games that I had. But nowadays, like, I don't like it as much. It's not my most favorite. Yoshi's Island is my most favorite. Now, as for the 3D Mario games, I guess I can technically count Mario 64, even though the character models are like 2D cutouts. But like, I played through that game like many times as a kid. And like the music definitely stands out for me, you know. Because I mean, I've always known, because like whenever I hear other Rainbow Road music tracks, like it just sounds off to me, because I've been so used to the N64 version being like the Rainbow Road song, you know. But that's just whatever. Now, Mario 64 I never owned until my dad obtained the game for my DS, because I think I've mentioned before that when my dad got me my DS games, he kind of obtained them in less than he obtained them in some questionable methods. But I am working on getting legit copies of the games for my DS. Anyway, Mario 64. I was a kid when I first played it on the N64. I was visiting someone else's house, and we had my brother and I were visiting someone else's house, and we had a friend who had that game, and I played a bit of it, and I have no idea what I thought of it as a kid, but I do believe that I did enjoy that game. But I did try playing it recently, because my uncle has that game, and and after I got all the stars on the first level, I just kind of got bored of it. I do think I beat the game on my DS like years ago. I think that like, because like I had collected 75 stars, and I was just so sick of the game, you know? Like, I think that's how much you need in order to be able to beat the final boss, to beat Bowser for the final time. But like, I could not bear to go through to get like every single star. The one thing I like about the DS version is like the rec room. Because, like, you do not want to know how much time I've spent on picture poker. I got like 4,000 coins in total from that. But yeah, like I used to play those games, those little mini games, like a lot. More than the actual game itself. Yeah, like Mario 64 was a bit of a chore for me. So I just got like as many stars as necessary to beat the final boss, and I beat the game. But yeah, like I don't care that much for Mario 64. Mario Sunshine, I also didn't really care for. I didn't really play enough of it to really, like, dislike it for other reasons that people don't like about it, but I kind of had a similar problem with Sunshine, excuse me, as I did with 64. Like, I just, with, like, the whole, like, playing the level over again to get a different shine sprite, and, and I didn't care for the chases either. When you're chasing Paint Mario around the place, like, hey, just stop running away. Let me spray you, bitch. But like, I think I only played like a couple of the levels, and I was just like, I just got bored of it too quickly to really enjoy it, especially with that stupid ass like platforming area. When, like, I think it's in the first level that you go into, and like there's that cave like in the water filled area that takes you to this like empty black void with a whole bunch of platforms that you have to go across to get to a shine sprite. And like that pissed me off so much. Like, I did not enjoy that. I kept dying over and over. Luckily, I was able to keep getting the life that was near the beginning of the level, of that level. But yeah, like, I did not care for Mario Sunshine. Now, let's talk about Smash, the Smash series. The first time I played Super Smash Bros. Was on one of the N64s of the game room at my old junior/senior high school, because I went to that same school for the junior high and high school. And it was literally on the first day of junior high school when I went to the game room during lunch, because they had I think they had 4 N64s connected to different TVs, and they also had an Xbox, an original Xbox, and that was actually the first. And on that particular console was the first time I ever played a Halo game, because they had the first Halo game on there. But anyway, Smash Brothers. My main character was always Donkey Kong, the one that I would play all the time. And I assume I was pretty good at the game. It's been a long time, I can't remember, because I was grade 7. But, like, I'm assuming I was pretty good, because whenever I played, whoever I was playing with would keep going like, "Fuck you, Donkey Kong!" So, yeah. I did play a couple other Smash games. We had some friends who had a Wii, and they had Smash for that. And my brother and I would play with these two other kids. And my brother would always choose Kirby, always serving me up in a soup. But I have no idea if I was good at that game, because that was a long time ago. However, I do know that... there was something else I forgot to mention. Like, aside from Donkey Kong, two other characters that I would often play as were Captain Falcon and Fox McCloud. Because, I do not remember what game Captain Falcon is from. I don't think I've ever played whatever he's from. But I was a huge Star Fox fan as a kid, so Fox McCloud was one of my favorite characters to choose. But after I graduated high school, I went to a place called Center High, which was kind of more like it wasn't really a college, it was more like a sort of a post-high school type of thing, where I went to an animation class. And that was also the first place where I watched Billy Elliot. If I remember right, Billy Elliot's that movie about this Scottish kid who wants to do ballet, I think. Ron Weasley's mother, the woman who plays Ron Weasley's mother in the Harry Potter movies, played the ballet teacher in that movie, if I remember right. I wish I could remember the actress's name, but I don't. Anyway, yeah, anyway, at my Center High school that I was at, it was near the end of the school year, and in my animation classroom, someone brought their GameCube, and the teacher had everything set up so that we could all play Smash. What's that one called? Melee? I don't remember. I think that's it. But I played Star Fox. Fox McCloud, his name is not Star Fox. That's his team's name. But I remember actually winning a game. And this is someone with very little Smash experience who's talking here. But then again, for all I know, the people I was playing against may have also been as experienced as me. But that was the first time I think I ever actually won a game. But that was a fun time, though. Everyone playing Smash together. All of us taking turns. I think that's all the Smash experience I've had. I just played those 3 games. What else did I want to talk about? I was sure that there were other Mario games I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember if there were. Did I talk about Mario Kart for the DS? Because I recently got a physical copy of that. Because I used to play that game a lot on my on that one game card that my dad downloaded the game onto. But now I have a legit copy. And I actually quite enjoy that game. Especially with the versus areas, the versus arenas. But I think my favorite track in that game is the Waluigi pinball map. I think that was probably my favorite, especially because it has like the unique sound effects whenever you cross the checkpoint, as well as like using the speed boost, I think. But I don't know. But like it had like unique sounds from like all the other tracks in that game, which I thought was pretty cool. But playing it on my uncle's old 3DS is quite different, though, because being able to use the control stick instead of the D-pad is a lot more useful than I thought it would be. You know, there are some games that it doesn't work for using the control stick, such as The Force Unleashed 2. But other than that, like there are other games that using the control stick works pretty well for like the original DS games. Because I don't have any 3DS games, but my uncle does. Oh yeah, I was also thinking about talking about Luigi's Mansion as well, because that's another game that the first time I played it recently for the first time on my uncle's 3DS. It was Dark Moon, I think it's called, that particular game. And I actually really enjoyed that, you know. I did play the original Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, because my uncle has that game as well. But I didn't like that as much, you know. Because, like, I mean, because, like, I think it's partly because of Dark Moon taking place in, like, multiple different locations instead of just the one mansion, you know. I mean, I know that you unlock new areas of the mansion the more you play the game, but still, like, I found the first game to get a little boring. Luckily, not enough to stop me from beating the game, but, because, like, I literally spent one whole day playing that game. Like, literally from morning to night, I played that whole game and beat it. But, yeah, I did get a little bored of that game towards the end. Now, I guess I might as well talk about my favorite Mario game, which is Yoshi's Island. Like, especially because of the music. Like, the music is, like, the #1 best thing about that game. But it is just really fun to play in general, you know? Because I managed to beat that game, and the final boss, holy shit. That final boss was something. Like, that game is definitely way better than the first Super Mario World. I think Yoshi's Island is, well, I mean, I did say that it was my favorite Mario game. So, yeah. And whenever I keep thinking of, because, like, the music of Yoshi's Island is, like, so iconic, and, like, even if you don't remember exactly how a music track goes, like, once you hear it, you just know that you just know what it's from. But, like, there's one game with a track that like, if I heard this track, like, without knowing what game, without, like, hearing of what game it was from, I could easily mistake it for a Yoshi's Island song. But it's, I have not played this game, but I've been watching a lot of live streams of people playing um, Mario Party Superstars, I think it is. I think it's called for this. It's a game on the Switch that has like old school Mario Party games on it, and it's the horror map, the spooky map. The music from that particular map sounded very like Yoshi's Island to me, like from like the first like castle level. Like the music from that is what it made me think of, you know. But no, it's a Mario Party track. But like, I don't know if it was probably written by the same composer. Might have been, for all I know. But yeah, like Yoshi's Island has very iconic music, and I absolutely love the shit out of that music. I would constantly hum along with the music as I play through the levels, you know? And like, I had never even played that game until a couple of years ago, you know? So like, I don't know. I just absolutely love Yoshi's Island. It's my favorite, my all-time favorite Mario game. I don't think there are any other Mario games to talk about. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying not to leave too much quietness here because I'm recording on my phone and I don't want to have to edit it. But, yeah, as you can probably tell, I haven't played a lot of Mario games. But, Mario Odyssey seems interesting. Mario Galaxy also seems like really interesting, but whether I'm gonna like those games or not remains to be seen. Because of my previous experiences with 3D Mario games. You know, not a huge fan. I don't hate those games, but I'm just not a big fan of them. I'm still trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. If there are any other Mario games that I might be missing. I don't think so. I could talk about Mario Kart Tour that you can play on mobile. Because I played plenty of that, but after a while I just kind of got a little bored of it. Because I played so much of it and like you don't really get much from the game except like just leveling up characters and cars and your gliders and stuff like that. It's like one of those sort of gotcha type games, I think, is a good way to put it. I mean, it was kind of like when I used to play some Sonic Boom game, also on mobile. But, okay, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much all there's to talk about. So, I guess I might as well just end this video here. So, that's the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.